Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind Let's Play of Homestuck. My name is the FlightlessBird. This is your story-based gaming channel, and today, continuing on with page 5551, we have just entered the next act of Act 6. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, it's just where the game is. And Undying Umbrage is beginning to jeer at Gutsy Gumshoe. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. Undying Umbrage began jeering at Gutsy Gumshoe. Croc, hey, it's me. Remember me? What the? Timbut. Oops, no, hold shift nostalgically. Haha. Timbut. Yes. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You're the absolute last person I want to hear from right now. And the bottom of that list is pretty competitive territory at the moment. Don't be like that, you stupid earth cow. How are we supposed to be becoming friends if you recoil from my olive branch? Like I'm flailing a withered mummy's severed limb in your direction. I don't want us to become friends. We all thought you were gone for good, and we liked it that way. Please don't tell me you found a second wind of petty trolling in you. Hey, I don't troll. I jeer, get it right. Trolling is for losers. Losers specifically who are trolls. Whatever. And what's with the ugly green text? Reading your malformed sentence fragments was unpleasant enough as it was. I borrowed it from my sister. And shut up, it looks great. There is no uglier than you, who I can see now with ease for the record. Whom you see, Moan. And no, I can't. You can't. Calliope said you couldn't see us all in our game session, so I think you're lying. Am I really? When right now I'm looking at a homely female in dumb blue pants skulking in a gray place, typing on a computer with a strange human face. Oh, dear God. Why? My power has grown considerably since I last jeered you. I have made remarkable strides on my sacred journey toward important adulthood. On this BS planet, which used to be your home, I have found many keys, unlocked many holes. And now I can see more and learn more than you could ever dream. How wonderful for you. I don't care how you all seen and all powerful you think you are. If your intent is to waste my time with more of your pitiful bullying, then you're out of luck. Because that's exactly not the sort of garbage I'm in the mood for today. Toodaloo! Wait, I think I got off on the wrong foot. How about we gnaw that one off and start over? I was trying to pay you a compliment. Huh? My people aren't meant to like anybody, get it? I mean, not the way humans do. We don't have the human emotion called love keckle, and we simultaneously start mashing keys when you're forced to ever even type the word. So when I use bad words towards you, that's just me saying things to try to know you better. Like socially, as a shitter, a friend. So when I say you're ugly, which you factually are, I mean that from my perspective of being normal and not a bad alien. To say that you're actually attractive in an unpleasant way to my brain. Nope, that makes very little sense. Dang it. Try using your supposedly better smartness than mine, and think somewhat laterally about, like, culture that isn't yours, you dumb witch. Yes, I can see it all too clearly now. You're really quite the charmer. No, come on. Dumb witch is another great compliment. In the same vein as that which I just described. It's a term of endearment I use to talk about girls who, in my view, have managed to avoid being utterly beneath my personal acknowledgement. This isn't complicated. Uh huh. So you're actually trying to claim to find me objective from the alleged bad means good point of view of a hate-driven species? Definitely. I'm not joking around, Crocker. I've unlocked a bunch of your screens and spent a lot of time watching you while thinking just the dirtiest thoughts. Ah. Ew, you pig. The other female, too. Let's not forget your squad's backup. Now, nasty is she. She's just so foul. And the things you get up to with one another. Oh my. Need I even cite the altercation with your puffy slumber loaves? Excuse me. My compliments, in particular, on your colorful undergarments, while bouncing up and down on the soft human saswapagas. Oh, that's just great. The one time we had a generic girly pillow fight, and it turns out some pervert was watching us. I think I need a shower, assuming I can ever take one again in peace. Don't worry, you can't. But seriously, Jane, can I call you Jane? Which, listen, you are the one grotty harlot, which means good, bad things to me, let's remember. When I unlocked you, I don't know, maybe I've changed. Or maybe just you since you turned older, but you've really filled out since I last saw you before. What? Huh? Really? Heck yeah! I do enjoy a meaty witch with a little clout. What do you mean exactly by clout? Oh, I think you know. When physical portions of the witch kind of jut out exuberantly. Do you mean why am I even having this conversation? I just have a weak spot for the above average heft of your parts which wobble the most. Now, do something nauseating for me to watch. I want to see a total act of hardcore schmalls. See that rock over there? Pretend it is the other insolent witch. Act a little nervous with your idly hand. Graze one of your more bulbous locations incidentally. Then ask the rock if it wants to fall in love. Oh. What? No. Are you insane? I don't care what you are. Whatever the heck it is that you unlocked to spy on me. You aren't allowed to sit there all day leering at my boobs. You what? Wait, what? What were you talking about? No, don't tell me what those things you said are. I'm so enticed. Screw you. Tell me why you were getting at with all that. The stuff about clout and my bulbous locations. I was just saying my taste prefers when the buxom shrew's physique puts a healthy dent in space-time. Space-time? I like how salty it is when a witch goes out of her skeletal phase and her frame really begins to challenge the horizontal dimensions. What? When the female rump starts getting more mileage out of its wideness attributes, more bang for its boon buck. It excites me better when the witches punish the ground with each megalithic footstep. Shut up! I'm not fat! Jane, I have new orders. You'll strip to the scanty pair of party pants and the cloth chest piece which you wear under those plain rags. Then find a naughty patch of mud and roll around in the mud like an earth pig, flaunting for me your slippery and swollen porcine physicality. And maybe grunt some dissident poems through your snout about some punk you adore. Oh yes, that would be it, shit. Go screw yourself. Wait, don't shut me out. Remember what I said about a different cultures or whatever. I've a mind open, Jane. I made you a present for your birthday. Whatever that actually is. See, I'm making an effort to understand your customs. Meet me half of the way, gosh darn it. Oh, cripes. What is it? A sublime artistic portrait. Remember how I said my power is growing with each day. This applies as well to my prowess as a draftsman. Oh, goodness, no. You poor delusional thing. I don't care what progress you think you made. You'll never be a good artist, dear. That's nonsense. My illustration is stunning. It is nearly a photographic representation of your odorous milkshake. Now park the industrial load of freight you declare a bottom, and feast your eyes on my excellence. Jane, this is you. Fat, ugly, whore. Yeah. Grown. Yep, that, yep. I believe I have chosen the perfect shape for you. It's described in certain circles knowledgeable of the arts as a circle. I am very pleased with how faithfully it was captured, the obscene rotundity of your magnificent carriage. Truly a spinning image of the Crocker Witch. Now, listen carefully, you may learn something. The masterpiece aficionado will notice how I achieved this highly advanced and difficult shape. What most gifted artisans will tell you is that circles are basically impossible to draw. Trust me. It's like a paradox, a shape without angles, what? So I cheated. I navigated the irrational perimeter by making a lot of easily understandable, totally logical marks, forming a whole bunch of little right angles. Ah, you're right. Yeah, what he says is it is almost impossible to make a circle because, like, if you were to draw a circle with your mouse, you would have irregularities. You wouldn't be able to do a full perfect circle. Even drawing a circle on like a sheet of paper would almost be impossible to draw a perfect circle. The only way you can really draw a perfect circle is if you have one of those compass instruments that lets you keep the center completely rigid, so that way the outside can turn. But yeah, he's not wrong. Okay, he's wrong about a lot of stuff, but he's not wrong about that. The cheating part happens when I do this a lot, so it goes in a round direction. This one came out well, I think, but there's room to improve. I have theorized that if I keep making bogus circles like this, while drawing more and more angles, but smaller, so small that you can't seeing them, that the illusion of the circle will be complete, and people will believe in the fake circle like a bunch of suckers. I bet nobody has thought of that circle strategy. I think I'm the first at this idea and best at it already. People think I'm dumb, especially the voice in my head. But they may be right about me being dumb. But when it comes to the special way I do things, which is actually the perfect way, I am a genius. She's starting to twitch again. This is the most pointless and incomprehensible load of drivel I've ever read. Probably a little meta there as well. Your portrait is every bit as abysmal as I was expecting over the last time. I am not fat! I think your claims of attraction to heavyset women, which you present as flattery, is an obvious ruse to get me to feel insecure about my appearance, and it isn't going to work. Oink. Shut your stupid face! Ugh, this birthday is so awful, I can't stand it. Why is everyone treating me like garbage today? What did I even do to deserve this? Wait, what's the conjugation associated with human birth? Is it human birth? You were human birth. Wow. Shut up! I'm done humoring your perverted adolescent mind games. Tell me what happened to Calliope. Calliope, we want you back. Please come back and spare us from this lecherous nincompoop. Calliope, why doesn't this work? Saying her name only wakes her up if she's alive. So your hog face can snort the dirty syllables all at once. Heck, I will even give you a hand. Calliope, wake up, sis. Whoops. She can't. 'Cause she's dead. I don't believe you. No, it's true. I got somebody to stab her a lot. Then I stole her blood for my letters. No, that can't be true. I refuse to believe even you would do something so terrible. Jane, witch. Your preposterous female emotions are going earth bananas again. Settle down and listen to boy reason. Do not make me demonstrate the veracity of my facts yet again. That saccharine tramp is such a goner, she's never coming back. Just like your dapper human guardian. What? What do you know about my father? Where is he? He's dead, is where. You're lying again. Tell me what you know. God, I'm trying to. My facts are having difficulty penetrating your hysterical attitude. Listen to me very close. He was captured by an agent soon after you began your quest. He was then put in jail on Durst. Okay, so he's on Durst then. Which? You aren't paying attention. Do you know anything about the prison system on Durst? It isn't like the soft time you do on Prospit. I bet you never spent any time in the joke they call a slammer there, let alone on Durst. And I suppose you have? I was not very well behaved. I did more than my share of time chained to the wall of a cell. Like I wasn't so used to that. I was like, do your worst. And then they did. Dursites do not treat their prisoners good, to say the least. I was only able to survive the brutality due to my exceptional constitution, and even to some extent my ability to enjoy anguish. But your pathetic, frail human dad is a different story. There is no doubt at all that he is dead by now. No, don't say that. Shut up. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, poor girl. It's the worst birthday ever. You really shouldn't believe me. I have unlocked many of his screens, just like yours. Should see how they treated him. The horror he experienced must be difficult for a human girl to imagine. Perhaps I should capture one of the visuals and show you firsthand. You bastard! I said shut up! His agony was magnificent and very long-lasting, you see. He was a VIP, a very important prisoner, so they gave him special treatment under such cruel circumstances. I believe he would have traded his favorite hat for a swift end to his hilarious suffering. Stop it! But it was so wonderful and great to watch. Between your father's demise and his daughter's epic posterior looming large on my video displays, I really must thank you for your entire family for hours of scandalous enjoyment. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Stop, stop, stop. Not the first time she's done that today. Poor kid. Screw you. He's not dead. My dad's fine. I'm not fat and I hate you. I'm never talking to you again. And stop watching me. Keep absconding. Nice abscond. ×2 combo. Sad jump. Oh. Examine the sleazy Dursite rack. Ooh. Let's see what's in the news today. The Inquiring Catapoxian. Jailgate. Day 153. Diplomatic gridlock. White shell mendacity at all-time high. No surprise here. The Archagent is dominating the headlines yet again. Already approaching day 154 of this debacle. It's a big day for your kingdom. Hard to believe it's here already. Time sure flies when you're being smooth and well-dressed. The article covers the usual tedious politics surrounding the negotiation of his release. After weeks of posturing and grandstanding, prospect terms have been bargained down to a polite apology, signed by the Conditz herself. Or those were the terms you were last aware of. You seek to see if there have been any further developments. Yeah, just as you thought. She refused those terms. Prospect then countered with a new offer. The apology no longer has to be polite. No way she cottons to that proposal either. It's quite obvious to you what's going on here. The White Queen was never really taking his negotiations seriously. She has been submitting frivolous proposals which she knows perfectly well the Countess will refuse on principle, daring her in front of the whole kingdom to swallow just an ounce of pride to get her agent back. This makes her look pretty in the tabloids if she refuses, which was always inevitable. Because as everyone knows, a queen is a vain creature. Even aliens see queens. And you thought the kingdoms were locked into stalemate before new management took over. The press has run the story so far into the ground you can barely bring yourself to keep up with it anymore. Sensationalism at its finest. Now that you're really itching to see Noir get his old job back, talk about a high-strung boss. The time in the clink should do him good, like a forced vacation, with accommodations nearly on par with a five-star hotel on Durst. Frankly, things run much smoother around here without him blowing a gasket every other day. Though you will say you could really use his expertise as a pencil pusher. You never knew anyone who could file paperwork quite like Noir. Sure, he complained bitterly about his desk job, but in truth, he was always a reluctant savant of bureaucratic procedure and red tape. Now you're getting buried in all these dang tax forms and parking tickets. Maybe you should have shuttled to his jail cell on Prospect so he can catch up. You have a feeling the Prospectian authorities would be willing to oblige. Actually, that's such a good idea. Can't believe you didn't think of it sooner. You'll have to get Joel on that pronto. Observe the nobles. You step over to your cubicle of fenestrated walls, which you have replaced since the prince thrashed the old ones. You order the drawl to sneak off to one of their worlds and whip up some fresh ones, with a few alchemical upgrades while he was at it. The drawl isn't really the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's certainly the most versatile. Also, the most eager to please. If you had to watch his happy umbrella dance one more time, you swear to God. That was a black day for Durst, when the prince went rogue. Well, not rogue, that's a bad choice of words. Why did the dang moon girl have to be a rogue? Corners you into the pun every time. And it wasn't really a black day either, per se. Since on Durst, a black day is actually a good day. Everyone's a pretty big fan of black around these parts. The point is, everything went to heck. You like to think you taught these seditious brats a lesson, though. What with the miles, their inescapability, etc., etc. Oh, poor kid. And it's a good thing you taught them a lesson when you did, because the next day the Countess had new orders for all agents. Engaging the nobles was thereafter strictly forbidden. No more sabotage, assassination attempts, any of that good stuff. Not until the heiress wriggling day. Then all bets are off. Who's the heiress and what's a wriggling day, you asked? The heiress is the maid. Okay, you said. And a wriggling day? Well, that's just her birthday, but phrased in alien. Like the anniversary of the day she was spawned, with cake and all that jazz. Come on, use your brain. All right, got it, you said. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Your guess is the orders came down from her boss, who, from what you've gathered, is even more of a headcase than your presently incarcerated superior. When she starts kicking up a fuss, yelling at people, forking any poor slob unfortunate enough to make a misstep while grooming her hair, you know too well that's the frustration of an exasperated first officer. Would almost make you feel sympathy for the witch, if you like, she weren't clinically psychopathic. She's never copped to it, but you just know she's got some schemes on the side. Every good right hand is going to have something up its sleeve, some sort of contingency plan the boss just doesn't know about. Trust you on that one. She's cooking something. Probably has something to do with the new prisoners she reeled in. You don't know what she wants with the girl yet, but she's always got something cooking. Or baking. Whatever. Point is, the woman spends a lot of time in the kitchen. Check on prisoner. Speaking of the new prisoner, you wonder how the old one is doing. You're not going to check on the new one. She's out of your jurisdiction. Like you said, the witch has her schemes. Whatever they are, you're going to leave that alone. You're more curious about the status of the fellow you captured 153 days ago. You take a stroll through the Durst Penitentiary. This is where the Gen Pop is housed. For inmates, life is usually unpleasant and short down here. But the moment you laid eyes on the human prisoner, you knew you could never have, in good conscience, lock him up in the dungeons and gulags with the common thieves, tax cheats, and parking fee delinquents. That would be a crime worse than those committed by all the inmates combined. No, a man of such distinction and strong fashion sense needed special accommodations, a cell reserved for very important prisoners. Proceed to the solitary confinement cell. Going up. Oh, he's still alive! He's not dead! How about that? This prisoner appears to be doing well. You ask if you get him anything: coffee, a newspaper, additional smoking apparatus. He indicates that since he lost his wallet, he's been running low on pipe tobacco. You say you'll see to it at once. While this is a maximum security suite that is virtually impossible to escape from, you made it clear to all personnel that anyone who harms a hair on this man's head will have to answer to you. They are all very fortunate that this head doesn't seem to have any. Gosh dang, he is good at shaving. You are not afraid to admit your envy when it comes to all his prowess with the straight edge. Not even to speak of his natural ability to grow whiskers in the first place, the lucky stiff. Ask what the prisoner is doing. No need to ask. You can plainly see he is conducting some rather serious business with his mobile device. The network restricts access to within Durst only, so he can't contact the nobles and do anything sneaky. But at his request, you have set up a kingdom-wide network to trade online tips with other Durst sites pertaining to his interests, notably fashion. In the weeks since his arrest, the captive has become something of a celebrity on Durst. His impeccable sense of business-like attire has taken the kingdom by storm, and now trends feverishly among social networking groups. Okay, there is only one social networking group, but it's trending feverishly in that one. You can't say you've been totally impervious to the craze yourself. Nor can you say you weren't shamelessly complicit in promoting it. Heck, you can't even say you didn't mandate certain dress code modifications throughout the kingdom, enforced under penalty of death. Nope, you can't really say you can say any of that stuff. Serious business. Hat liquor. All. Help. Need help. Man, this is like impossible to read. Oh, it's like all the colors are similar and it's all spaced. There's like no spacing at all. So it's just really hard to read. Hat liquor. Oh, help. Need help. Dapper Blackshell. At Hat liquor. State business. Finery Fiend. At Hat liquor. Huh? No need for pants, thanks. At Hat liquor. I'm very concerned. Tell me what is wrong. Pipe fan 413. Yes, at Hat liquor. We are here for you. Hat liquor. I just saw my favorite hat. No need for pants, thanks. Hat liquor. Gasp. Finery friend. Chat about duds at Hat liquor. This is not a black day for you. This is not a black day for you. My condolences. Hat liquor. It was an accident. Afraid hat is ruined. Please advise. Just got. Sorry. Just got the hiccups all of a sudden. Want more socks? 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 It's socks. Want more socks? Socks. I can't say that word. Socks. At Hat liquor. Are at least socks okay? Hat liquor. At want more socks. Yes, socks are okay. Want more socks? At Hat liquor. Did you sit on socks too? Hat liquor. At want more socks. No, did not sit on socks. I do not think sitting on socks would be a problem though. Want more socks at Hat liquor? No, it is doubtful. Fair enough. Dapper Black Shell at Hat liquor. Need more information before I can advise. Please state your weight. No need for pantsings. At Hat liquor agreed. Exactly. How much vertical pressure was applied to that type of hat? Finery friend or fiend at Hat liquor. Report extent of damage to hat. Hat liquor. Not sure. Hat in bad shape. Does not resemble hat much anymore. Consider less handsome. More like rumpled hat object now. Head object now. One double black shell and hat liker. Attempt to rectify hat integrity. Use same blunt instrument which got you into the mess in the first place. Hat liker. At one dapper black shell. Thank you for the advice. Do you mean my bottom? One dapper black shell at hat liker. Yes. Want more socks at hat liker? Yes. Agree with at one dapper black shell. Want more socks at a hat liker? Unsit on hat. Finery fiend. At one more socks. Can one unsit on a hat? Want more socks at finery fiend? Maybe. IDK. Chat about duds at hat liker. Turn hat upside down, then sit on hat. One dapper black shell at hat liker. Why? Agree with chuffed about duds. Sit on upside down hat to unrumple. Pipe fan 413. At hat liker. These men are leading you astray. Sitting on the hat again will only cause it further damage. No need for pat thanks. At pipe fan 413. This will be the case even if the rumple hat is inverted. Pipe fan 413. At no need for pants thanks. Yes, this will be the case regardless of the hat's orientation. Finery fiend. Greatly respect at pipe 413's knowledge of finery. I endorse his warning. Chat about duds at finery fiend. Me too. One double black shell at finery fiend. So do I. One more socks. On at pipe fan 413's recognition, I would draw my motion and sit on the hat. One more socks. Change aesthetics to apologetic. God, oh my god, there's just so much of this. Like, this is really. I mean, normally when I do voices something, it makes it so that I can avoid having to, say Jane, John, Fairy, stuff like that. It's just my voice. So when I'm like this, it's kind of like it's Dave, and it's color coded. I mean, all this is a color coded though. It's just like a large dialogue with at signs, and this just isn't the funnest thing to read aloud. Maybe if you're just reading it normal, maybe I should just do that. Just read it normal. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna read this normal. Sorry, it's just if I keep going, want more sock at pipe frame 413, it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I'm refraining from sitting on hat. Other ideas? Yes. Go on. Do you suppose it is possible that one full hat object may have intrinsic value? I do not understand. Thinking outside the shell here. Perhaps bring rumple object to Cyberdasher for appraisal? You suspect damage from bottom has caused hat to depreciate. Fascinating point of speculation, I wonder. If that is the case, perhaps sitting on hat has released fashionable properties, therefore to conceal by rumpled condition. You are suggesting the damaged hat will look more dapper. It is a possibility. Okay, what if Hat Liker struts in public wearing new rumpled head object with pride? Okay, so I'm just gonna say when Hat Liker's talking, all these other people, whatever. What if Hat Liker begins new fashion sensation? What an exciting thing that would be. Hat Liker. But I do not think I think I had the courage. What if you were to accompany and wearing a damaged hat? Yes, maybe I'll sit on favorite hat as well. Yes, me too. Let us all create rumpled head objects. Wear it proudly. I cannot condone this activity, gentlemen. Is Pipe Fan Car Cat? Unsure. Maybe I should know this already. I may have forgotten. Sorry. One dapper black bike shell. Why not Pipe Fan 413? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Incinerate the damaged hat immediately. The dignitary. That's a new voice. Do not ever wear such a thing in public. Huh? Burn the hat! Burn the hat! Burn it! Burn the rumple hat! Hat liker. I am burning the hat! Sitting on the hat was terrible, but all rumpled hats. They aren't taper at all. Burn the mistake with fire. This is the weirdest, pages I've ever read. And who is Hick? Yo, I can't deal with this prissy hat chat no more. Public works my butt. What a waste of royal gold. Change the status to bowing, 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 bowing. This is what I get for letting all people dudes run stuff instead of nasty clowns. The nature changes status to doffing hat. I want my ring back. Years in the future. I have no idea what's going on with this. Someone please explain this to me. Minus several. Almost looks like a chessboard. Doesn't it? Oh, hi. Roxy, examine Wizardfic Journal. Wizardry Herbert. Open to a random page. Dude! Has some line. Is this Roxy talking or is this just all... No, it's not Roxy talking. It's the characters talking from the book. I think it was supposed to just tackle him, Beatrix said, looking all kinds of put off. Wizardry Herbert reached down to the body of the fictional camper he just shot and picked up the flag. Same difference. Is it? This is some magical version of capture the flag. The book wanted me to capture the flag from him. The flag has now been captured. Anyway, it's just a kind of a brainless puppet. Then what are we? She asked. I don't know. Brainless puppets who've spent a few years in the real world. Kind of like everyone else, I suppose. Geez, that's cynical. Anyway, you're the one who said we should let the story play out the way it's supposed to. I'm just pointing out your own roles. Herbert made a dismissive gesture with his smoking gun. These pucks were starting to get on my nerves. We're making progress anyway, see? Listen to that. Russet's scene is coming up. If I remember right, this is the one that introduces his recurring love interest. Also, I guess the chief bad guy. I mean, sorta. She listened. There was yelling through the woods. It was coming closer. Help! Help! Bear! Where are you? The three Serpentine scoundrels flew through the woods on their magic flying wooden horses. They were chasing poor Russet. Russet held onto the Fort Crown's Nest flag for dear life. He was a little scared, but mostly brave, not afraid of those Serpentine cowards. They caught up with him, and they knocked him down. His wand flew away out of reach. Hey, Clove, not so taut, are you without your fancy wand? He was one of the Serpentine boys, and he sounded quite brash, another one said. Think it's so hot with all your charm and good looks? Well, let's see you do something about that pretty face, ha ha ha. Then started beating him up. Herbert, ow, will you do something? Ow, son of a, this can't be right. Herbert aimed carefully with his Beretta at the head of Russet's assailant. He was way serious and stone cold about it. He was not going to miss. Bang. He missed. Beatrix was grabbing his arm, redirecting his aim. Herbert, you have to stop. Why, Beatrix? He said with a supersized smile. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were taking some enjoyment from watching your dear pal Russet's smackdown. What? No. She didn't let go of his arm, but he wouldn't quit his douchey smile. She went on. Can't just keep offering fictional characters. It's, I don't know, irresponsible. Yeah. Besides, you know the scene is supposed to play out like this. Was it supposed to get rescued? How is it supposed to get rescued if the bullies are dead? You can't just go around changing things. I guess you're right. Herbert holstered his gun, admiring a few more choice sucker punches to Russet's midriff. Oof, that one will leave a mark. Beatrix regained her calm. So who's this guy supposed to save him? She asked. You say he's a villain? Here he comes now. A mysterious and alluring voice comes out of nowhere. Go easy on him, fellas. Just leave this one to me. It was so brash and arrogant. Just the sound of him made you mad. The boys stepped aside. The leader of Serpentine came forward. Russet was bruised and sore. Russet opened his eyes and saw someone so handsome. He had never seen a boy so intriguing and beautiful before. He had black hair and glasses and about 100 merit badges. Beatrix squinted at the Serpentine boy. She didn't know why she couldn't see it coming. Grant? The boy stepped down and gave Russet his hand to take. He said, I'm afraid I have to take a flag from you. See, it belongs to me and Fort Serpentine. However, Russet was very intrigued. I will decide not to take a flag if you promise a favor later on from now. A favor, Russet said, but he was barely listening. The resemblance to his real-life friend was uncanny. He was short was him, but here in this drum prison he was no more than a soulless mannequin dreamt up to recite insipid horse manure. You have to promise me that when the time comes, you'll betray your friends and help me, he said arrogantly. Russet was outraged by this, and yet he couldn't help but feel strangely drawn toward this magnificent, handsome boy, Russet said defiantly. Actually, he said it like a zombie. I'll never betray my friends. I should have known you are truthfully loyal to your friends and expected as much. What is your name? Russet, he whispered. Pleased to meet you, Russet, even if you are the enemy. Allow me to introduce myself. The guy paused, removed his glasses, and polished them on his sash. Came off as seriously dramatic gesture, just as intended, and also as explicitly stated in the text. My name is Slyness Marlevort. What are we reading? Like, what are we doing with our life right now? I mean, what is the whole hat thing? And then what is this? It's like, Hussy, what are you doing right now? I mean, what is the purpose of this? What happened to this story? We kind of got lost somewhere. I mean, you were just reading badly, and who writes like this anyway? This writing is horrible. Ah! And I don't mean the writing is bad as term of the ideas or anything. I'm saying the grammar and everything is bad. Anyway. Maybe I'll get to a point eventually. Herbert and Beatrix were dressed in fanciful athletic gear. That's what kids wear when they're about to embark on a journey to compete in some rational magic sports. Herbert had tucked under his arm a big stitched-up leather ball, with golden springs poking out for it for no good reason. It was called a scubump. Beatrix had popped up her shoulder this funnel thing to be worn as a glove called a gimmage horn, a crucial appendage for any dreadful scooper with her salt. They'd been selectively preferred, probably, for some valorous deeds they did to represent Fort Crown's Nest in this highly whimsical sports event. Russet was there too, but he didn't get chosen to play in the sports due to some poorly explained stuff that no reasonable person could possibly care about even if offered loads of cash. What are we reading right now? This is just, like, what? I mean, even the writer is like, yeah, this sucks. What? He was mainly jacked in the scene to wave goodbye and wish them luck, which he begrudgingly did. He also put in some time dodging questions and avoiding eye contact from his friends. He was being a champion at that. Russet, answer me, Beatrix demanded. Why the heck did you tell us, or tell Grant for that matter? Herbert wasn't paying much attention, so Russet was moody and cryptic and did tell people some stuff. What a bombshell. He worried at one of the springs poking out of his redunculous ball. It made a springing sound like a mouth harp and broke off. He wondered if the springs served any actual purpose. The springs did not serve any actual purpose. So why right? This is so. How could you keep something like that from everyone that you knew all along? I just wanted what was best for you, Grant, he finally said. She had tons of questions, but couldn't settle on the next one to ask. She wasn't about to let good body language go to waste. So she did what mimes do when they don't like something you said. How long did he know Grant was from that wizard fic? How did he escape in the first place? Was it really his spell that sealed him there? How long had he been planning this? She guessed that would explain why he had an absurdly obvious pseudonym. Grant Anonymous? Yeah, like that's a real name. Great job, Below. Or should she say Slyness? She wondered if his bogus name was an anagram for something. Like a clue dangled under their noses. Magic bad guys do love the anagrams. Harry Potter reference there. They are just like so dang clever, and when he finally figured them out, it's just like, whoa, instant mind screwery. He's quite a troubled person, you know, Bea. Herbert looked up from his kabump. Well, if Russet thinks so, then... She gave up the interrogation. When he dealt a bad sandwich, why go to war who baked the bread? Russet could stuff his dumb secrets in a sack for all she cared. What did she ever see in this mopey tool? She never thought she would long for those times before they met. The old quested days before all this started, she was never exactly psyched to watch Herbert assault a crazy old wizard with a pistol, but now? Okay, she wasn't saying she wanted to see any more wizards get shot. She just meant to say that she would trade all the badges of the world to go back to when things were simpler. It was time to go. The narrative's invisible conductor let them know of the arrival of the carriage. It was drawn by two floating, perfectly immobile wooden horses. Herbert read this thing 100 times, but still couldn't understand the author's fascination with flying, rigid wooden horses. Herbert held open the door with a bow and gestured her in with ironic chivalry. The text didn't let it go unsaid that was meant as a big screw you to Russet, thus keeping the rivalry brewing. But in truth, neither dude was feeling it this time. Beatrix got in and they were off. Rigid horses, carriage and all into the sky. They turned around in their seats and waved to Russet below, because a poorly written sentence said they were supposed to. Beatrix smacked her forehead. Not an anagram, she quoted from her brain. What? He asked. That screwer. Skip to the end. What? Herbert took a swipe at the clumsy yet elusive skabump. The orb ducked under his arm and shambled on his way like a husky beetle with some stuff to do over there. The crowd of almost people were generically at the almost snatch. The maneuver, if successfully, would have locked the score at Queen 6 love, which really would have been just wow. Something else. Possibly exciting. Herbert still didn't quite understand the rules for the game, and judging by the antics of all the other boobs on their floating wooden horses, the author didn't either. So we're making fun of Quidditch now, in a way, I think? Herbert struggled to turn his horse around to pursue the skabump, but this amount of rigid lumber was unresponsive. As much as he reminded himself, he just couldn't get used to the fact that the sword was in control of the horse. Dead ahead was the league's elite Deritzel Scooper, who was fussing with the laces on a Grimmage horn while a horse idled. She looked up. Herbert, watch where you're going. I can't. I think the book wants us to crash. Beatrix thought about it. She almost kicked the sides of her inner stallion to prod it along, but thought to herself, do we really have to? Herbert shrugged. Another solid half-minute of awkward horse advancement went by before the creaking, oaking collision. Herbert tumbled through the air and hit the grass pitch hard on his back. Beatrix landed on top of him. They found each other face to face. Is she serious with this? She asked, regarding the hella subtle way the author decided to craft the situation. It was like poetry in motion plus hornesses? I'm afraid so. I think the story is building romantic tension between us. It is? It was not a question, but a statement of major concern. What am I reading? Yeah, it is establishing the groundwork for romance between our characters. Sort of the one token heterosexual romance in the book. We probably just had to write it out. Beatrix didn't know for the feeling of color red wash, but she could swear the flelling. She could swear the felling. The feeling was dripping onto her face. Rob. Don't write while drunk, you lushy Dumbo. Wait, she's writing a story and this is... What the heck? I'm so confused by everything that just happened. I think it's okay to say sometimes that I don't understand what happened or I don't like a part of a book you're reading. You can still enjoy a book without liking a page. And whatever those last 5 or 6 pages were, I have no idea what's going on. You decide to take your own advice. You'll just wait a few hours to sober up before continuing heroes' metatextual adventures through an even horrible wizardfic of their own, which you yourself wrote anyway. Contrary to what your loyal readership of Zero may believe, being impaired is not actually constructed the process of engineering awful prose. Well, it looks like your alien pal will say hi anyway. Might as well pass the time chatting with her. Yeah, like seriously, what are you talking about? You suddenly lose power due to the storm, which makes no sense. All devices in your house are powered by the portable green hubs you stole from the lab. That's weird. And your laptop continues to run on the battery power regardless. Already in Umbra, Yu began tearing tipsy nostalgic. I thought... Yeah, I mean... I thought she was dead. Well, I guess you could always take over, right? Uranian Umbra began cheering tipsy nostalgic. Oh, the dots. Hey, you! Thanks God, you just cheered. You saved me from fuck myself. From making more rude crimes against literature. Drop? See what I mean? Huh? Yeah, Coletta Pep? What gives? Wait, how do I know your name? I don't remember you told to me, but somehow I know it's Calliope. Huh? Say something. Man, I'm drunk enough without having to solve your dumb puzzles. Am I really drunk? I'm sure I don't know. What did I think it was? What is happening here? Calliope, talk to me! Huh? What was that? Thought I heard something. Look out the window. Is there something else there? How is it possible? When the window has no power. The heck? It's the crack in the wall from Doctor Who. Temperature for shot. It's like a technicolor dream cock that is strictly void. Ah. And what is that? Is it? Could it be? Hey, it's our friend. Oh my god, it's Twinkly Herbert! Oh, what a pal! I'll come to see me for infinite nowhere! Following several pages contain inline Morse code translation. Say hello. Ah, excellent. Cool. Twinkly Herb, I didn't expect to find you here. Actually, where did I know you from? This is driving me crazy. When do we meet? Huh? Carly, dang it! Can't you see I'm catching up with a good friend? If you want to join our conversation, feel free to start speaking or something other than little dots. Shh. Oh? Shh. Hey, sorry. I had no idea you were saying shush, but okay, I'll be quiet. Thank you. Wait, is Calliope talking through Herb? No, Pops. I also got no idea why I can suddenly understand Morse code, which you are all looking at me twinkly. IDGI. The short answer is you are having a dream. Ah. There'll be plenty of time to talk soon. But let's please skip a little profile for now. Okay, fair enough. This is a dream. Now, subconscious starts to make sense. Your soul is like presenting itself to me by subconscious in the form of Twinkly Herbert, or maybe someone was always a Twinkly, or oh man, the theorist is so hard, I'm embarrassed for science, or whoops! OMG! Don't mistake my dots for full letters, okay, Callie, Twinkly? Ooh. Lol, but, what exactly are we being quiet for? So my brother doesn't hear us. Oh no, you mean he's here already? Yes. He is passing nearby while doing damage to the furthest ring. He is following a large plurality of ghosts in hopes they will lead him to me. His intent is to destroy my soul. Ooh. Oh dang. Well, don't worry, Kali. I won't let your boat kill your soul. You're very sweet. I mixed you, Roxy. But there's not much you can do at the moment other than remain discreet. Let's continue this elsewhere. Follow me. Okay, where are we going? Do. Hey, wait for me. Exit room. The heck? What happened to my house? Some stuff is different. I don't remember this. Callie, do you know what's going on? No, but let's keep moving. And what am I even wearing? What are these clothes? It appears to be the outfit of a fashionable science woman. Oh yeah, like a sexy science lady suit. That's pretty cool, I guess. Oh yeah, pretty cool. Examine painting. More magic and stuff. Hello, what are you? Oh my god. Oh, what is with that grin? Oh my god, that wizard. Heck yes, he's so perf. Callie, check him out. That evening painting, it's so horrible. Did someone like grab a random but low-res wallpaper off the internet of a jelly wizard doing what appears to be the world's dumbest spell and say that low quality just like print it like too large? Ooh. It's not even scale proportionally. It's stretched extra wide to fit this expensive frame. It's like, oh god, literal solid gold. I can't even deal with it. It's a wonderful genius. Yes, but we have to go. Yeah, I'm coming. Sheesh, Kelly. You gotta stop and search for roses down with that. And by which I mean Ogre, some Garish Ball Wizard, such other civilized life. Anyway, conclusions with that wizard! Continue. Boys! More wizards! Don't worry, I'm what's about forgetting over these ones. Maybe for a second. Look at that one. Dude means business with this suspended beam of pure white superstition. Hey, wait. You're getting away from me. Then hurry up. Hold on, Horseshat. Kali, hold on. Is someone else in there? Oh my god, what the heck was that? What the heck was that? That was Mina. No, that wasn't Mina. That's the evil one. The Coordinates, right? Calliope, wait! Calliope! What's that? This way. Is she here? Is the better witch here in my house? Didn't appear that time. Remember, you're only dreaming. All that you see is coming from your memories. It's subconscious. Okay, I will keep telling myself that. It's only a dream. It's only a dream. Okay, my dream knows are wreck. I wanted the dream house to say dream was. No, bad dream boxy. Must fall off the dream wagon. Shh. through here. Okay, after you. We will have more privacy here. More privacy? You mean the observatory? Not exactly. Go through. Where are we now? It's like the Suburb logo. The heck? Giant hand leading us onward. Spiraling into an abyss. Oh my god. Turn around. Oh. Hello. I guess she has the saw spiral. It's really cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for tonight though. I've got a lot to do, and I got friends coming over, and I don't have a lot of time. And I don't want to. I want to save this conversation for the next time, so I don't rush through it. Much love to you, my dear friends. I hope you like what you see. If you do, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to like the video and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check our description below to find our Discord and other communiques. I hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day, and I will talk to you soon. Until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video and being the #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear from you. And remember that you matter, you are brilliant, and you are loved. Always be true to yourself and never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.